The battle of the big cats. It's the Trinity College of Florida Tigers up against the Lady Bobcats here on the West Campus, the home campus for our major sports. I'm Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. Right now, the Bobcats are in the middle of their second game in a 4-game stretch this week alone. They had their game yesterday. They lost that game. Now it's up against Trinity College of Florida. They have a game on Saturday and then Sunday as well. So the Bobcats here hoping to turn around what should be a pretty unique situation. You have one team who's 1-5, the Bobcats, and you have the Tigers, who has officially started their season. Their first ever game is this one tonight. It's going to be quite exciting. Again, I'm Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. The Lady Bobcats struggled yesterday. It was a very difficult game against Monroe University. One thing that we all were talking about previously was shooting accuracy. That's something that the Bobcats are trying to work on tonight, and they have to improve as the season progresses. It's only going to get tougher for them, I should say. Excuse me on that part. Words are kind of hard, especially with this high-intensity environment. I mean, the Bobcats have to do better tonight. And I think that's something that Deanne Wilson is stressing, especially with the younger players, because this roster, as I said previously, there's only 4 returning starters and 13 new players. Not to say that there isn't any bad players on this roster. Sarah Hernandez last night, number 5 for the Bobcats, did excellent. Sydney Frayer had some good digs here and there, but the Bobcats overall collectively has to do better with shooting accuracy, with communication, especially on the front side of the court, the front side of the net, where they struggled most often. As for the Tigers, again, first game, you never know what's going to happen with the Tigers, especially with this college. Again, new season for them, new year, first game away. That could be a potential positive for the Bobcats, but so far at home, they have struggled. So it's going to be, again, an interesting situation if the Bobcats can hold on and secure their second win of the season. They need to. They need to have a good, strong week entering today, again, Saturday, and then Sunday. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Thank you so much, Deanne. She was just making sure that we had the right roster here. We do, the 2025 roster. Again, Deanne Wilson. I was going to say, Deanne Wilson actually is a very experienced coach. She's at her 8th year at PHSC. Great transition. She guided the Bobcats to a 7th place finish in the national tournament way back in 2017. Was the 2018 Sun Lakes Conference Coach of the Year. Won the Sun Lakes South Division back in 2023. And then most recently made the postseason for a 2nd consecutive year. Again, if you wanted to know, her record last year, 24-25 season, I should say, that was 13-12 overall, 11-4 in conference. And conference is going to be very, very important because this weekend, they had their first ever conference game. They had their first ever conference game. It's going to be something that is momentum building, right? If they can win this week, if they win their first conference game, it could be something magical. If they don't this week, it's going to be more difficult because they have some periods of time where they're going to be going away, 4 or 5 games away later in the season, and away games are much harder than home games. But as we have just about 90 seconds here, decent crowd tonight for some Bobcat action. We'll have the national anthem, PA, and of course, the women's volleyball team taking on the Lady Tigers, Trinity College of Florida. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Lischak. Welcome back here in Newport Richey, Florida. Great crowd tonight. It's the Lady Bobcats up against the Trinity College of Florida Tigers. Again, if everyone wants to know the rules of volleyball here, just to let everyone know here that a team has to win 3 sets in order to win the entire match, and that could go in a variety of different ways. If it is tied though, 2-2, let's say 2 for Trinity, 2 for Pasco-Hernando, there's a potential 5th set, and that 5th set only gets up to 15 points. Every other set beforehand is up to 25 points, or if they lead by 2. So that's something to keep your eye on, especially if you're interested in the world of volleyball. I know I said it in a very awkward way, but it is true. Again, the Bobcats have to win 3 in order to win today's match. Hopefully that could be win number 2 for the season. They sit with a 1-5 record. Again, not their best start this season, but nevertheless, things can turn around here. As we're getting ready. The Bobcats are wearing black with a yellow fade on them. The Tigers to the left is wearing black with white striping and then yellow titles and numbers. The Bobcats are wearing, again, that yellow fade with black and white lettering and numbers. Just for that clarification, they have very similar designs. As number 9, Isabella Crew, setter, 5'9", gets the first serve for the Lady Bobcats. Already hot start, first point for the Bobcats. Nice serve there by number 9, Isabel Crew. One nothing in the first set. Bobcats have to win 3 in order to win today's match. Here's a hard shot. Nice dig by Freyer. Goes back into Tigers territory. That shot goes out of bounds. A overhead shot by Tonalyn Pipkin adds a point to the Bobcats. PHSC leading 2-0 in the very first set. Once again, Isabel Crew is serving for the Lady Bobcats. Hard shot in the middle of Tigers land. There's the touch, the set, the attack is a point. It's a point for PHSC. Now they have a 3-0 lead in the first set. Crew resets for her next serve. There's the set. Here's the third touch. That goes all the way back out to Freyer with the first touch. Now the set. Here's the floater attack. That ball is kept in somehow, some way, but one too many touches and adds another point to PHSC's lead. They lead now 4-0. So far, good communication. That's one aspect that the Bobcats are always working on. Crew gets that one out, but it is a second touch, third touch. Tigers put that out for their first point. Again, two Bobcats on the deep left side trying to grab that one, but it was too hot and it went out of bounds. So now the Tigers had their first point in the first set. It is 4-1, PHSC leading. Number 3, Zaria Cruz is serving. She served that one up. Here's a hard shot that is going to be successful. Great job by number 10, Kaden Barber, the freshman from Newport Richey, Florida. Adds another point. It is now 5-1. Alanis Cologne is serving for PHSC. She serves that one. That ball is tipped and deflected by number 8, Torrance Young. Unable to keep that one in play, and PHSC gets another point. It is 6-1 early in the first set. The serve by the Bobcats. Another mistake by Torrance Young trying to grab that one with a diving effort by another Tiger. Does not go their way. PHSC with another point. It is 7-1 in the first set. Cologne with the serve. There's the first touch. Here comes the set. That goes back out to Bobcats though. There's the hard shot, and it's going to be kept in play. Bobcats now have it. An attempted attack by, I believe that was number 8, Maria Caburo. Just went out of bounds into the stands, so now the Tigers have a point. It is still 7-2 in the favor of PHSC. Tigers drilled that ball. Freyer with the first touch. Bobcats now drive it back out, excuse me. Freyer keeps it back up. A nice job by the front line. PHSC able to grab that point. Nice communication between the front line, that being Freyer, Hernandez, and Caburo. Sydney Freyer wearing all gray with that yellow fade-in stripe. For PHSC serves that one. Bobcats now have the ball. Freyer with the first touch. Carew, now here comes a shot. That one is successful. Freyer, Carew, and Avery O'Call with a great play. They add a point. It is now 9-2 in the first set. The serve. They set it up. Freyer, first touch. Carew, second touch. Hernandez, third touch. Goes back out to Bobcats territory. Freyer with the second touch. Hard shot that is successful by Barber. Deflected off a Tiger, and they add another point. They're in double digits early in the first set. Bobcats leading 10-2. That ball is out of bounds. There's the serve. Carew second touch. Third touch is not going to be successful for the Lady Bobcats. Carew with the second touch. The attack by Barber once again. Barber slicing and dicing. And they grab another point. It is 11-3 in the first set. PHSC leading. Hot start for the Bobcats here in Newport Richey, Florida. Alana Carter, defensive specialist, will be serving for PHSC, number 4, freshman from Wesley Chapel, Florida. That ball is going to be out of bounds. Shot that went over. Torrance Young with that shot that just went over. The Lady Bobcats add another point. It is now 12-3. There's the second touch, the attack. Hernandez with the first touch. There's the set. Hernandez back at it again. The ball is still in play. PHSC now driving with an opportunity here. Freyer puts it back in play in motion. Hernandez with the shot. That ball's deflected up in the air. Tigers trying to do something here. Hernandez with the drive. Again, goes back out to their defensive specialist for the Tigers. And the play ends there. Young trying to drive it, hits the net instead. The Bobcats now have a 10-point lead. It is 13-3 in the very first set. Carter with the serve. First touch, second touch. Diving dig by Hernandez. That ball is out of reach for number 14, Cologne of the Bobcats. But nevertheless, it does not add a point for the Tigers. Rather, PHSC will get the point. It is now 14-3. Hernandez with the kill. Sarah Hernandez, one of the bright spots on last night's game. 14-4. Scoreboard had an error. I was reading that. Scoreboard specialist fixed it up, so the confirmed score is 14-4. Bravo. Andrea Bravo will be serving for PHSC, one of 4 sophomores on this roster. Second touch for the Tigers. Freyer, first touch. Carter, second touch. Hard shot that is out of bounds by number 14, Cologne. Now the Tigers have a point, but still it is 14-5. PHSC in control. Young with that serve. PHSC gets a point. 15-5 now. PHSC leads by 10 in the first set. Again, the Bobcats have to win 3 in order to win the match. Potential tie-breaking scenario if, for whatever reason, PHSC or Trinity College has 2 sets each. But right now, we're focusing again on the first set. Hard shot put back into Bobcats land. The drive and the deflection, and it's counted as a Bobcats point. PHSC in the lead 16-5. Avery O'Call with the serve for the Bobcats. Putting that back out was Amy. Hard shot that is past Torrance Young. And the Tigers add a point, 16-6, which will lead to Celia Young, the sophomore from Dover, Florida, serving for the Tigers. Hernandez with the first touch, Freyer with the second touch. Goes back out to the Tigers, resetting for a play. Freyer with the second touch. Cologne puts it back in for the second touch. Ball goes back out. That ball is out of play just barely, and PHSC adds another point, 17-6. Some early jubilation by the Bobcats here, in control of the first set, 17-6, as number 9, Isabella Carew, serves it up for PHSC. Bravo. Carew, hard shot by Cologne, but the ball is deflected off the net. Tigers get a point, 17-7, PHSC leading in the first set. Number 3, Zaria Cruz is serving for the Tigers, the freshman from Weeki Wachee, Florida. Cologne trying to once again put that ball in play, hits the net. And the Tigers will do it once again. PHSC still leading 17-8. The touch, the set, here comes the attack. That ball is put back out to Young. Freyer. Putting that shot back all the way back out to the left corner. How are they going to do this? One too many touches for Trinity, and PHSC able to grab another point. 18-8 is the score, leading by 10. Alanis Cologne, outside hitter, 5'10", freshman from Orlando, Florida, serving for PHSC. Second touch, hard shot by number 7, Jamora Baker, but it hit the net, bounced back into Tigers territory. PHSC able to grab the point. 19-8 is the score. First touch by Young. PHSC in control. Hernandez with a shot. That's a confirmed kill. Turning up the power. PHSC hits 20 points in the first set. Alanis Cologne, outside hitter, going to be serving. And another point. A low ball shot with number 13, Celia Young, trying to grab that one for the Tigers, but it did not go their way. PHSC leading 21-8. Alanis Cologne serves it up once again. Diving shot by Freyer. Ball is deflected though. I should say Young, as we get a timeout. Again, a little switch up there on my part, but nevertheless, it is confirmed, though, that PHSC leading in dominance, 22-8 in the first set. Again, PHSC has to win 3 sets in order to win the match. They're hoping to get their second win of the season. As we get a wide shot here of all the great people out tonight. You know, we all want to say that PHSC Athletics wants you to all know that home games are free for everyone to enjoy. Yes, free. So if you're looking for a fun thing to do on the weekend or just passionate about the game, this is the best way to do it. For more information about upcoming home games for all of our athletics, go to PHSC Athletics website or check out our socials. Alanis Cologne is serving for PHSC. They have a 22-point total in the first set. In the favor of PHSC, looks like a hand went over the net for the Tigers. I believe that was number 7, Jamora Baker. And now PHSC is just 2 points away from winning their first set of a potential 3-set game or 5-set game. Tigers keep that one in play. Freyer with the second touch. Hard shot that somehow kept in with the heroic efforts of Celia Young, who get that who got that point, I should say. Excuse me on that. 23-9 is the score, as number 11, Adriana Amy, the freshman, serves for the Tigers. Freyer with the first touch. There's the second touch. Shot that is in and successful, but not successful in the way that I thought it was going to be. It went out of bounds. So it should be 23-10 as the Tigers serve that one up. Hernandez with the shot. It's in. It's good. They grab the point. Hernandez adds it 24-10. (24-10) is the score right now. Sydney Freyer serving for the Lady Bobcats. She puts it up. Ball went out of bounds and out of play. PHSC will have to wait their turn to serve as number 16, Cora Burnett, serves this ball. Tigers trying to do something here. That ball is out of play. Or is kept in, however. Excuse me on that error. It's 24-12. So Cora Burnett serves the ball. That ball hits low for Freyer. And now, once again, the Tigers will have the ball. It is now 24-13. Again, the Bobcats still in control of the first set here in Newport Richey, Florida. The serve, Freyer with the first touch. Hard shot by Hernandez, that's deflected. One too many touches. And it is 24-14. And that ball goes out of play a little too hard. And PHSC wins the first set, 25-14. After that shot by the Tigers just goes a little bit wide on the left side of things. So now the teams will switch places. PHSC overall leading 1-0 in this set. And once again, as we get a wide shot here, with a pause in the action, we want to remind you that Saturday, September 6th, the Bobcats will have their first home conference game against Pensacola State College at 1 p.m. located on the West Campus, Building K. The game is free for everyone to attend. I mean everyone, community members, students, staff. It's going to be a great game, and you should check it out. Again, September 6th, Saturday, located on the West Campus. And with that, we'll take a quick break. Bobcats leading overall 1-0. Action in the second set coming your way. Everyone, my name is Robert Lischak. Welcome back. It's PHSC up against Trinity College of Florida, the Bobcats against the Tigers, the battle of the Big Cats. And so far, PHSC in control, leading overall 1-0. We're entering the second set here. Again, in volleyball, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win the game. It has to go up to 25 points. If for whatever reason the game is tied, the Tigers have 2, PHSC has 2, they'll go into a 5th set. That's going to be 15 points, or they lead by 2. Again, good crowd on hand tonight, the beginning of the second set. Bobcats hoping to secure win number 2. Gianna Carno was posing to her family and friends over there for the Tigers side. PHSC getting themselves ready to go. And it looks like the Tigers will have the first serve here. Adriana Amy, the freshman from St. Cloud, Florida, serving for the Tigers in the beginning of the second set. That ball is kept in play somehow by number 10, that being Kaden Barber. Somehow, some way, Kaden Barber kept that one in play. Had to make sure of that. And they get the first point because of that. Tigers unable to recover the ball. It is now 1-0. First touch by Hernandez. Ball is deflected, kept in play though by the Tigers. There's the second touch. Third touch, I think one too many touches in fact. It is 2-0. Torrance Young of the Tigers had the ball last. Again, one too many touches. There's only 3 touches in a play like that one. There's the first touch. Here's the set, the attack. Ball is deflected back in by Freyer. Hernandez with a potential kill. But the call goes the other way. The Tigers get their first point of the second set. PHSC still leading though 2-1. Cora Burnett serves that one. Freyer digging low. Hernandez with the attempted kill. That is successful one. Hernandez grabs the point. 3-1 is the score in the beginning of the second set. Sydney Freyer now will be serving for PHSC again. Freshman from Palm Harbor, Florida, 5'7", serves that one. There's the set, the attack. That ball goes out of bounds. Trying to do a smart move there by Jamori Baker, but goes out of play. And PHSC adds a point because of that. It is now 4-1 in the second set. Freyer with the serve, the touch, the set, the attack. That's blocked though. And PHSC able to grab that one. Smart defensive pressure by number 10, Kaden Barber. It is now 5-1. PHSC in control. The Bobcats cooking up something here. A nice deflection to go into Tigers territory. Leads to another point for the Bobcats, 6-1 in the second set. Freyer once again will be serving for PHSC. That ball goes out of play a little too far for Freyer. It is now 6-2. Number 4, Gianna Carno, sophomore from Spring Hill, Florida, will be serving for the Tigers here. The ball is up in the air. First touch, second touch, hard shot for Hernandez. Ball up, way up in the air. Kept back into Bobcats territory. Fake out is deflected. Tipped off, I think, one of the fellow Bobcat players, but It is a point for the Tigers. It is 6-3. Just a 3-point lead for PHSC in the second set. Carno with the serve. Fake out. Freyer with one too many touches. Now the lead is cut down to 2, 6-4. PHSC, again, still has the lead, but the Tigers slowly creeping back up. Ball back in play. Hernandez with a first touch. The set, the attack. Ball is deflected one too many times. And now the lead is cut down to just 1 point. 6-5 is the score in the second set. First touch, second touch. Hernandez with a deep ball, but that is picked up again by the Tigers. Ball is out of play, a little too hard by Torrance Young, and PHSC able to grab a point off of that mistake. It is 7-5, PHSC leading. Caden Barber serving for PHSC. It's deflected off of Gianna Carno of the Tigers. PHSC adds a point. It is a 3-point lead now. 8-5 is the score. Getting the volleyball back to number 10, Barber. Again, freshman from Newport Richey, Florida. She's an outside hitter, an opposite hitter. Little wobbly there for the Tigers. That ball goes back into Bobcats territory. Fake out. Shot by Hernandez is good. A deflection off a fellow Tiger player into the stands. PHSC adds a point. It is 9-5. 4-point lead in the second set for PHSC. Good momentum, excuse me. Puts the ball in play, overshot that one though. Tigers get a point, 9-6. Carter is in for PHSC. As we get a look at Zaimara Cruz, serving for the Tigers, freshman from Weeki Wachee, Florida. Trying to put that one in play was Avery O'Call, just was unable to do so. So the Tigers get another point. It is now 9-7, just a 2-point lead for PHSC in the second set. There's the hard shot back into Tigers land. PHSC resetting. Here comes the attack by Hernandez. Ball is deflected. Kept back in though for Tigers. And getting the confirmation. It is for PHSC on that one. 10-7 is the score. I believe it was one too many touches on the left side when trying to keep the ball in play by a middle hitter. Ball is tipped, deflected off the net, went down sharply. PHSC able to grab a point thanks to the serve by Andrea Bravo, number 17. As she resets once again, puts the ball in motion. Tigers with a shot that goes right in the middle. Second touch, here comes the third touch. Back into Bobcats land. Ball just past Sydney Freyer. And the Tigers have a point. It is still 11-8 now. As of the next serve. A little confusion, Freyer trying to get that one up. She keeps it in somehow, some way. Goes back deep into Tigers territory. Ball was deflected by number 2, Zaimara Cruz, then hit the face of number 15, Tonylyn Pipkin, went onto the ground. PHSC grabs a point because of that. 12-8 is the score in the second set. Avery O'Call now will be serving for the Bobcats. Great dig in the center by O'Call. First touch, the set, the attack, deflected. Cruz grabs that one. Carno puts it back in play for Bobcats. That ball was tipped up in the air again. Carno for the Tigers. Hard shot, dig by a fellow Tiger. Just a back and forth. And it ends with the Tigers winning on this particular exchange. A diving effort by a Bobcat. But nevertheless, the Tigers at a point. 12-9 is the score. Again, volleyball is so fast, such a fantastic sport. Cruz served the ball for the Tigers there. Hard deflected shot is successful for number 16, Amy Jordan Cruz. Tigers unable to grab that one. It is 13-9 in the second set as number 2, Isabella Gomez, is now going to serve for the Lady Bobcats. The sophomore from Miami, Florida, the setter, 5'10", ready for her shot. First touch by Cruz. Second touch, here comes the attack by number 13, Celia Young, but it hits the net. PHSC adds a point. 14-9 is the score. PHSC leading in the second set. Gonzalez, once again, puts the ball in play. Cruz with the first touch, the second touch by Garno. Young puts it in for Bobcats territory. Hard shot, that is out of play. So PHSC unable to do anything on that particular play. Tigers get a point. It is now 14-10. The lead is cut to just 4 in the second set. Adriana Amy, the freshman from St. Cloud, Florida, will be serving for the Tigers. Deflection and jubilation all at once. A nice job by the Tigers' Jamora Baker as they add a point. Tigers slowly but surely coming back in the second set. The Bobcats got to hold on here. 14-11 is the score. Gonzalez with that second touch. There's an up high shot that gets connected to Freyer. Ball is deflected. Nice job. I believe that was number 14, Alanis Colon, with that one to grab the point. It is 15-11, just 10 points away from potentially winning the second set. Kirsten Shaw, the defensive specialist from Hawthorne, Florida, sets up the serve. Keeps the ball in play. Torrance Young does for the Tigers. Bobcats resetting. Hard shot, spinorama move by Amy. Fake out is unsuccessful. The Tigers resetting here. A deflected shot by Torrance Young on the middle portion of the net. Goes vertical and touches right down near one of the, I believe, tripods. Leads to the Tigers adding a point. It is 15-12 as the Bobcats resume play. First touch, the set, the attack, successful by number 10, Caden Barber. 16-12 is the score as Sydney Freyer will once again serve for PHSC. 4-point lead in the second set. Ball is in motion. Young with the attack, doesn't go anywhere. Nice deflection by number 10, Caden Barber, and number 6, Avery O'Call, to put it back into Tigers territory, where the Tigers were unable to save the ball there. So now PHSC 17-12, 5-point lead. Freyer with the serve. And that one is in. It counts. It did not go out of play. Freyer with an excellent shot. It is now 18-12. 18-12 in the second set. Freyer puts it up. First touch by Carnow. First touch for Gonzalez for PHSC. Barber with an excellent kill. It deflected off of 2 Tigers players on the left side, and with that point, and the ball coming to the way of the scoreboard operator here, they have a timeout. 19-12 is the score. PHSC leading in the second set. Again, PHSC has to win 3 sets in order to win tonight's match and potentially get their second win of the season, as they stand with a 1-5 overall record. And again, with a pause in the action, we want to remind you that Saturday, September 6th, the Bobcats will have their first home conference game against Pensacola State College at 1 p.m. located on the West Campus, Building K. The game is free for everyone to attend. And with that sound, PHSC is back in action. 19-12 is the score. Sydney Freyer will serve once again for PHSC. Was named the Defensive Volleyball Player of the Week a little while ago for the FCS AA. And with that, PHSC adds another point, 20-12, an 8-point lead for PHSC. Freyer sets it up. First touch by Young. PHSC unable to grab that one. It's 20-13 now. And with that correction, it was not Young who had the first touch. It was, well, it actually was Young. Just to clarify, it was Celia Young, not Torrance Young. Celia Young was number 13 for the Tigers. Carnow with the serve that goes into Bobcats territory. Hard shot by Hernandez. Tigers reset here. Freyer with the dig. And that goes our way. A nice shot by Avery O'Call. The Tigers trying to recover that one. Ball is tipped off by Torrance Young, and it went right to us. But PHSC adds a point. 21-13 is the score in the second set, as Caden Barber serves for the Bobcats. Hernandez with a deflected shot. Tigers all over the place. Torrance Young trying to keep that play alive. Missed it. And it is 22-13. 3 more points and PHSC can possibly secure the second set. Barber puts it up in the air. That one goes out of play, so it is 22-14. Some players that are coming in. Amy Jordan Cruz is coming in for the Bobcats. Zaria Cruz with the serve for the Tigers. Attack by Hernandez does not go anywhere. First touch by Hernandez for the Bobcats. That shot is successful by Amy Jordan Cruz. Adds a point, 23-14. 2 points away from potentially clinching the second set. Again, Trinity College of Florida is in their first game of the season, so they're 0-0 right now. PHSC with a little bit of dirt as they are 1-5 as of now. (23-15) is the score after that serve went out of play. Looking to see who is serving is Celia Young, who has that one go out of play. So now it is 24-15 PHSC with the lead in control, 1 point away potentially from clinching again the second set. There's the set. The attack by Amy Jordan Cruz does not go as planned, went out of play. It is 24-16. Jamore Baker is in for the Tigers as number 3, Zaria Cruz, freshman from Weeki Wachee, Florida, serves this one up. Freyer with the first touch for Pasco-Hernando. Hard kill is a game winner for this particular set, winning that one. Great job by the Bobcats, 25-16. PHSC now leading 2-0 overall, winning back-to-back sets as the team switches sides. The Bobcats playing to my right, Trinity playing to my left. And as we have 2 minutes and 39 seconds, I do want to remind everybody here that we have home games that are free for everyone to enjoy. PHSC Athletics wants all of you to know, again, that home games are free for everyone to enjoy. Yes, I said the 4-letter word, free. So if you're looking for fun this weekend or just passionate about the game, this is the best way to do it. For more information about upcoming home games for all of our athletics, go to PHSC Athletics website and check out our socials. Again, we have 2 more home games this week, Saturday and Sunday, the beginning of conference play, plus soccer is playing out in Wesley Chapel this Sunday at 4 p.m. Just letting the crowd noise kind of set the mood here. Again, minute and 15 seconds left. Was just getting more information from some of our crew here. And again, PHSC sits with a 1-5 overall record. They want to change that because conference play is coming up, and that's how it's going to determine playoff eligibility, especially as the season progresses. The Tigers, once again, in their first game of the regular season for them, Deanne Wilson and crew hoping to secure their second win of the regular season. As we get a wide shot here, we'll take a quick break. PHSC in control, overall leading 2-0. Third set action coming your way. We'll be right back. Be live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to PHSC West Campus volleyball action here. The Bobcats leading 2-0 against the Tigers. We're entering the third set. Could be their first shutout win of the season. The Tigers entering their first game of the regular season. The Bobcats a little more experienced. They sit with a 1-5 record, hoping to secure their second win of the season. As we have a wide shot here. Again, just wanted to let everyone know that this Sunday, September 7th at 4 p.m., the women's soccer team will have their first ever regular season home game. That will be at Wesley Chapel District Park again at 4 p.m. So come on out. Come and support your local Bobcats and the variety of sports that we have. It's always great to have students, fans, and members of the community here. PHSC will have the first serve of the third set. Again, PHSC overall leading 2-0. Number 2, Isabella Gonzalez with the first serve of the third set. Ball is up in the air. Tigers put it back in play. Hernandez with the first touch. Hard shot is kept back in. Ball is deflected, hits the net. Caden Barber trying to put it in motion, but the Tigers will have the first point of the third set. 1-0 in control for the Tigers. Second touch by Gonzalez. And a nice floater shot by one of the Bobcats, that being number 11, Kirsten Shaw. Ties it right now in the early goings of the third set, 1-1. Kirsten Shaw now serving for the Bobcats, the outside hitter from Hawthorne, Florida. Ball is put up in the air by the Tigers. Hernandez with the touch, and now the potential kill. Ball is deflected. Jumbling around was Jamora Baker trying to keep that one in motion, but PHSC adds the point. It is 2-1. Bobcats leading in the third set. They have to win 3 sets in order to win the actual game, the actual match tonight. Ball is awkwardly placed, deflected off of number 13, Celia Young. And PHSC adds another point. It is 3-1. Kirsten Shaw once again serving for the Lady Bobcats. That one goes over. There's the push by number 7, Jamore Baker, but puts that one out of play. Kirsten Shaw, the freshman, serves, puts it up in the air. That's the second touch for the Tigers. That ball is out of play. PHSC adds a point. 5-1 is the score. 20 points away from winning the third set. It's a slow rolling process, on that. But the Bobcats doing very well tonight against their opponents. Loud jubilation and excitement thanks to the efforts of number 6 of the Tigers, Bryn Stambaugh, the freshman from Hanover, Pennsylvania. 5-2 is the score right now. Bobcats in control as number 4, Gianna Carno, serves the ball for the Tigers. Puts that ball over. First touch by Gonzalez, second by Freyer. Hard shot, that's deflected. And the Bobcats unable to recover that one quickly. It is now 5-3, just a 2-point deficit for the Tigers. Carno with the serve. Ball is put up in the middle. Hernandez with the attack. Second. Third touch goes back into Tigers territory. Freyer able to get that one in the center. Hernandez with the attack. It's good. taken care of business. TCB for Sarah Hernandez as they add a point, 6-3. PHSC will now be serving. Sydney Freyer once again, number 15 for the Bobcats. Puts that one in play, ball is down low. Driving the ball is number 10, Kaden Barber, who adds another point for the Bobcats. 7-3 is the score. Freyer puts that one back in motion. It's in Tigers territory. Freyer now puts the first touch. Here comes the third for Hernandez. Another one. It is 8-3 now for PHSC, in control, leading by 5 in the third set. Freyer with the dig. The hard shot by Barber does not go. Shaw with the first touch. Gonzalez with the second. Hernandez with the third, but it does go awry. That ball is deflected and out of play by number 6, Bryn Stanbraw, which adds another point to PHSC. It is now 9-3. Freyer once again serving. She's wearing gray with white striping and yellow faunting. There's the second touch of the set. Here's the third. That ball is out of play. A little too aggressive from Kaden Barber. And now it is just a 5-point lead. PHSC still in control, however, in the third set. Zymora Cruz is in play now. She will be serving. The 5'1" freshman designated setter from Weeki Wachee, Florida. That ball hits the net. PHSC now in double digits. They lead 10-4, a 6-point lead for the Lady Bobcats here in Newport Richey, Florida. Barber with the serve for PHSC. Freyer with the dig. Second touch by Gonzalez, on that. Hernandez with the attempted tack, but does not go anywhere. Gonzalez, hard hit for Avery O'Call. It proves successful. They add a point. It is 11-4. Kaden Barber, the opposite hitter, outside hitter, 5'10" freshman, will be serving for the Bobcats in this exchange. Barber hits the net and adds a point for the Tigers. Amy Jordan Cruz is in now. And Alana Carter is in for the Bobcats. That ball is high up. Carter with the second touch. Here's the hit by O'Call, and that ball is deflected, goes back in, and PHSC adds a point. 12-5 is the score. Number 11, Kirsten Shaw, is out of the game. Now it's number 14 who steps in, Alanis Colon. As number 5, Sarah Hernandez, will be serving. Hernandez with the serve. That ball is out of play, and PHSC adds another point. 13-5 is the score. Sarah Hernandez, the outside hitter, sophomore from Davenport, Florida, serves the ball up in the air. Put up by the Tigers. First touch, Hernandez. That ball is deflected. Little floater. Nice job by O'Call. PHSC adds another point. Hernandez once again will be serving. Puts that one in the left corner. Hernandez with the first touch. The attack by O'Call, the kill is good. PHSC with a 10-point lead, 15-5 in the third set. Hernandez steps out as number 1, Valentina Cardoso steps in for the Lady Bobcats. Again, in the third set, PHSC leading 15-5. The freshman from Miami, Florida, the defensive specialist, puts up the ball. Second touch. Puts it back in Bobcats territory. O'Call once again with another potential attack, but that goes back in the middle of the Tigers territory. That ball is out of play, which means that PHSC will add another point. 16-5 is the score. Chanting Cardoso's name as she sets it up. But that one hits the net. Still a 10-point lead for PHSC in the third set. Again, they have 2 more games this week, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Those are going to be conference games, so important for this season as they now stand with a 1-5 record. Hopefully, it will be a 2-5 record. The Tigers, in their first game of the overall season, either will walk out of Building K with a 1-0 record or an 0-1 record. The set by Carter. The ball kept in play, however. Hard angle shot for the Bobcats does not go. Nice heavy defense by number 16, Amy Jordan Cruz. The Lady Bobcats put the Great Wall of Pasco County for the block. So strong on that when they have that 2-player or 3-player formation. Leads to another point for PHSC, 17-6 as the Tigers now reset. That ball hits the net. Trying to reel it in was number 13, Celia Young. And PHSC with an 18-6 lead here. There's the hard shot by Jamare Baker, but that hits the net. PHSC with another point, counting on the mistakes of the Tigers here. As Avery O'Call of the Bobcats now serves. Carter with the first touch. Let's see who will grab the attack. Cruz tried to do that one, but now they have another opportunity. Tigers now resets. Ball is kept in play. A hard angle shot for Adriana Amy does not work, as now PHSC hits 20. It is 20-6. Just 5 points away from having a shutout game, excuse me on that. 20-7 is the score after that serve hits the net. Adriana Amy, the freshman from St. Cloud, Florida, serving for the Tigers here. And that one hits the net, another point. It is now 21-7. PHSC still in control by a margin here, a wide one indeed. As Isabella Gonzalez, the setter, the 5'10" setter from Miami, Florida, goes and serves this one. Prepared to put this one up in the air. It's in Tigers territory. A communication error between number 13, Celia Young, and number 4, Gianna Carno of the Tigers adds another point to PHSC. PHSC just 3 points away from potentially winning this game. Gonzalez with the serve. Carno trying to keep that one alive, but was hit awkwardly, and now PHSC with a 23-7 lead. The strongest offensive performance so far this season. That ball hits the net, however, so it is a 23-8 score right now in the third set. PHSC in control. Number 16, Cora Burnett serves that one, but she hits the net. It is now 24-8. One more point, and PHSC can potentially win this game. If they do win this, I think this will be their first ever shutout game, their second win of the season, and they enter with a positive momentum as number 11, Kirsten Shaw, serves the ball for the Bobcats, and that hits the netting on the upper right corner. 24-9 is the score. Potential first shutout win for PHSC. Second win of the season potentially for the Bobcats as that ball is up high. Driving for that one. And with that, an excellent shot by one of our own very great Bobcats. That means that PHSC wins it here, a shutout win, winning 3-0 against the Tigers. The battle of the big cats, the bigger felines won this contest here. And PHSC with a 2-5 overall record. They entered this weekend against Pensacola State College with a 2-5 record and positive momentum as the Tigers sit with a 0-1 record. Seeing the jubilation and good teamwork here by the Bobcats. Again, streaming all of the games throughout this week. Again, there are 2 more, but the one that we want to draw the most attention to is the first ever conference game, which is Saturday, September 6th against Pensacola State College in this building. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great one. I will see if we can get Deanne Wilson to join us for a little after post-game interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Lischak. This is the post-game interview. PHSC winning against the Tigers 3-0 in a great shutout, Deanne. I mean, this is going to be great towards the weekend, obviously. The positive momentum right now, 2-5 overall record, but you're entering conference play. So how are you going to assess the situation when entering this weekend when it comes to conference play?
Yeah, so I always look at it as there's 3 seasons within the season. There's preseason, which we just finished, was our last match today. Tomorrow, or Saturday, starts our regular season, conference matches, and then postseason. So we get to kind of enter into the season that is the really most important. We're hosting, the Panhandle teams and 2 of the teams that are top teams in our conference. So today is definitely a good momentum heading into the weekend for sure.
And seeing this good shutout win by your team, what did you see that was a good positive after this win?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got some players in multiple positions. We got to try some other lineups today. Everybody really, was just really working hard today to prepare us for the weekend. So we'll have a good practice tomorrow and then head into some really good competition this weekend.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited about Saturday and this weekend. All the home games will be broadcasted on PHSC Athletics. Again, thank you so much, Deanne Wilson. For everyone here at PHSC Athletics, I'm Robert Lischak. Stay safe. Good night, everyone.